Falcons. Should be a tight one. Let's get it on with Den Hardpoint and the opening break off. Paris already putting the pressure down, but it's Pred to get two, and that will switch things up nicely for the Falcons.
Yeah, from what I saw out of Paris so far this weekend, especially in that match versus Carolina, is that they are heavily relying on their sling. They outslayed Carolina by 35 kills, and even though every single map was tight, that seems to be their win condition currently. So you got to match that slaying presence on the opposite side if you are the Falcons. Already off to a good start. It's going to be Pred. You get 12 seconds, and it's still 25 remaining at the P1, so you're going to start to think about that new HP, and then Sid working on the route.
Yeah, you're going to have to, mostly thanks to that route from Sid.
Oh,
Neptune looks sloppy, cannot lock things down onto KiSMET. Both players bouncing off one another, but Estrel's there to finalize the kill. KiSMET picks things up, and the Falcons will stabilize that push around towards the back of the P2 spawn. So really good stuff here for Falcons, holding the lead, maintaining the side that they want as we open up P2. Ghosty, the rest of Paris making their way around the back. Spawns are currently in a bit of a though. Nades and stuns are landing, and Paris, they're going to have the numbers to push Selim out of the hard point.
They have the numbers, they block the back spawns, but it's Pred with the frag, and now the gunny slowing down their aggression. It's still the Falcons trying to hold down to every single second, and it's Exit popping a double. You still know that the GentleM8s have those back spawns, so continue to play in the tight setup because Falcons got everything lined up.
Yeah, Estrel able to at least get one before dropping. Selim follows up with the double, but Sib's nade will land, makes things again approachable here in the last 25 for the GentleM8s. Repinching back over towards Couches. KiSMET the last one standing, able to find one good damage onto the second. Is there a follow-up from Exit again? Trying to watch the backstairs. Instead just dives into the hard point with Selim, and they will combine for what is essentially a 2v3. Pred gets the final word, and the Falcons will have a pretty commanding lead and a good look at P3 in this early rotation.
Oh, yeah, that's such a beautiful hold there from the Falcons, man. You were willing to give up those back falls for Paris because on their first attempt, everyone hits the route. They find the opening kill, but then that's just tight setup, the crossfire setup. But Paris are already here over towards Cobble trying to contest it. Pred finds the opening.
Yeah, and you also get a little bit of a shutdown behind the plays. KiSMET blocks out the flank. Now with an AR in hand, he finds one more over the heady, but Sib has been good with nades so far. Connects on what I believe is his third so far in 3 hills. Selling the trophy system feels pretty necessary after all of that starts to come out, but still an opportunity here for Paris to try to find a way to break. Selling only able to get one before dropping. KiSMET backside dojo heady. Really well done to keep the hard point neutral, and it will be the Falcons with numbers as they try to reapproach for this back 18 seconds. But the kills continue to go back and forth, and it looks like for the most part, Falcons are just trying to finesse, keep the Paris GentleM8s out of the hard point, and focus on the rotation to 4.
Yeah, they have been dominating the good side of the map so far this entire game. Paris are uncomfortable as hell so far in these first 3 HPs. And now you're going to find yourself in an uncomfortable position again, now going over towards 4. Because kills are going the Falcons. Hey, the only presence you have is going to be towards the middle of the map, so now you have to slow up and wait for your teammates to apply pressure through roofs.
Well, keep your eye on KiSMET. He is going to be waiting for the hit to develop and then find a way to try to pinch. Accident KiSMET finding the first couple of kills. They just need to find Neptune, and they're hunting, they're searching, and a prime time for us to go in to elicit it with the Riyadh Falcons.
Nothing left, kids.
An enemy
Go in front, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nothing left, guys. One more on top, one more. I'm nading Nip, one shot front, one shot ammo.
Two weeks.
One shot ammo. I need help. Out of Dante, guys. Out of Dante, boys. Ironing. Go get that. There's 3-0, guys. Go bottom blue to ammo. Yeah, one. I'm going to cut. You can play like a slow MC. Where are you? Get stuck though. Listen. I have all the left, guys.
Right top, home and
I have all the left, you heard? I have left, they can't get me cut.
Half
catches. I have left still.
Top.
Oh, blue, top broken Dante. I'm holding catches.
Yeah, listen, it's 1v2.
I think he's here one short. Top broken Dante. Dante's top broken. Maintain these points, guys. Maintain these points.
He's up there.
In the corner. Shut up. Alright, bang top.
I'm shying.
One more broken.
I'm broken there. The last.
I'll see him. I have left. I have catches.
No one from 3.
I broken.
I'm gonna wrap.
Den again, Paris has not had an opportunity to get anything set up. We head back over to P2, and a little bit fortunate that Sim still spawns in the back, but largely speaking, Riyadh has dominated the rotation game so far.
Oh yeah, you haven't won a single rotation if you are the GentleM8s. You're looking to now stop the bleeding because you are in the position that you just were at the last P2 with those back spawns. But again, Falcons with the numbers and the crossfire shut you down. They just, again, seem to be uncomfortable here, Al. The most time that they have had so far on this hardpoint is when they finally got a break at the P1 for the final 30 seconds. But so far, it's been all of Falcons, and it's continuing that way.
And look at the pressure on the route being hit. It's another moment where, again, like a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month or so, we saw the Heretics holding this P2 successessly from the front. It allows them to just hit routes like this to shut down the timing of Paris getting out and having a chance to get the 3. So it's a, I won't say unorthodox hold, but it's one that is providing a tremendous amount of efficiency, not just finding time on P2, but more importantly, controlling hardpoint here on P3. Commanding lead for the Falcons, and they're in the time early.
And now they're forcing all of the GentleM8s to try to break through Dojo. Thankfully, you have some pressure through the middle of the map, but Sib quickly gets taken care of. Now all you have to do is trade out the rest of these players on the front side of Kabul, and now Selim is at least going to turn it into a one-on-one. GentleM8s have the spawns, but they desperately need the time. You need a wave of kills to go your way.
And look at the route being hit timing-wise from Exton. He's going to move the spawns for the GentleM8s right as this break attempt starts to come through from Riyadh. So it's just down to, can Paris stay alive, keep this hard point contested, and it's an immediate another 2 dead. What an absolute display from the Falcons. 20 and 10 from Cell, but honestly, you could point to any of these 4 and give some highlight shout-outs to, because everyone's playing so damn well.
Yeah, this is like taking food from a baby right here if you're the Falcons, man. You're in firm control of every single rotation. You are executing perfectly on some of these break opportunities by finding that opening kill. And now another opportunity here to win the rotation again over towards the P4. Exit reads the pressure. Nade is going to be good enough for the second kill. And all he's doing is stalling time for the team to now assist him.
And that's, I mean, again, you get 2.5. You know exactly what you need to do if you're one of the remaining defenders of the Falcons to clean things up, but they don't actually find the kills that they need. So now it's just down to Exton, the last one who spawned in. Good damage coming through, but cannot win the battle versus the new guy onto Paris. 4 in a row for Estriel, trying to heat things up here. That's a key break for Paris. 30 seconds till the fight.
Yeah, it might be the best moment here for Paris GentleM8s to get a good chunk of time here. They also find the 2 initial kills, make it 3. So that first push is already shut down. This is going to be all this time going their way. So Falcons probably just going to cut their losses, start to set up a round new. But this is the opening for the Paris GentleM8s to start the comeback because SU is on 5 in a row.
Well, it's going to end this second set of hills right around the 130 to 178 mark, as the Falcons will already have the setup that they prefer moving over towards P1. It's going to force a long route out of Neptune, who has had a bit of a slow start and overwhelm and break this setup, but it's not going to happen. Falcons good for the first 15, but the kills from the front start to manifest something here for the GentleM8s as they're finding good wins around the map.
Yeah, but it's still Selim on the time, and Selim winning gunfights he realistically should not be. And now that forces Neptune to play a little bit more aggressive than he wanted to. Still, Falcons trying to contest on the backside from Couches. Ghosty hitting some great shots with only 38 HP in the Dream, just trying to value his life. And he does it to perfection. GentleM8s clean up house, and this is where you start to be the aggressors to flip them out.
You need to get these wins, though. 20 seconds still left on P1. The spawns for the Falcons are behind this play. So a natural pinch starting to develop. Ghosty able to find one, but they don't anticipate Pred playing all the way around the back. And he's going to storm this play from the backside of Garage. Look at the other 2 members that spawn up. KiSMET and Exit also going to spawn. Your Neptune will get a read. Huge win from Nap. And now it's just down to, do you get the read onto KiSMET, who's the last one surviving for the Falcons behind the play. Ghosty, good damage. Trying to get a little bit of help and get a read on where this next break attempt's coming from the front.
And so far, trading out effectively to at least minimize the pressure from the front side. It's going to be Estriel trying to hold it down, but Selim finds another kill. Now Falcons have the numbers, but they don't have the angles. Everyone whipping out NPCs. Paris are only going to be down by 40.
Oh, but 3 straight kills come through for the Falcons, leaving Estriel as the last one standing. He will get a couple of players to spawn nearby, so he thinks he's got an opportunity to jump on in by himself. What a play from Estriel. Gets 3, shuts down the trophy. That's 20 seconds of scrap time that's going to go to Paris, most likely, as the Falcons are spawning all the way over towards Dragon. Ghosty already challenging this rotation. It's a late wake up, but it's a stiff one here as Paris are putting themselves right back into the game.
Yeah, and this is where Estriel starts to pop takeover, the closer for yesterday's series versus Carolina. He is different in the clutch, but now he seems to be overwhelmed. Has to start to value his life over towards Hobble. You still have a teammate trying to assist you on that side of the map. So he's just going to turn around, find a free kill onto Exit, and start the trading process.
But Estro, now the last one left on 5 in a row, is stuck. Nowhere to go. So Riyadh will be able to gain a little bit more separation. 30-point game, 40 seconds left on this hard point. Good read from KiSMET on where this next approach is coming from for Paris. Pred trying to step up, but great shots from Sib. Turns that into 2. Now this next defensive line for the Falcons is largely just on the hard point. Not a lot of cover to be found, and Sib's on 4 in a row. Pred tries to finalize the kill, but he gets shut down, and Paris will control the rotation to new and still have 20 seconds to fight for at all.
Perfect sequence right there. The Slayer's coming out, beaming 4 headshots in a row there for Sib. Flips the maps on his head, and now Paris are only going to be down by 20. Still a battle for the rotation. The 2v2 at that, but it's Cellium finding 1. Estru's going to get isolated and spawns flip. Falcons win condition is right here.
Yeah, that was an absolutely perfect decision from Riyadh. Cutting their losses on the scrap time and finding great routing to make their way over towards Noob, but the same can start to be said here for Paris. Both teams fighting desperately for spawns. Exit comes in and likely saves a life right there for a moment. Cellium's still alive and kicking. The trophy system going to give him credit for the kill, but the front hit is still allowing Paris to jump in for time. 2:33 to 2:05. Paris is in, but it's from the front. Riyadh spawning close.
And now you're trying to set up this pitch if you are Ghosty, trying to just draw the attention on this side, but it's Cellium finding that first kill. And all you want to do is stall time for Exit to set up on this pitch. It's a 2v2, but Exit is going to almost break them down. The spawns are still here for Falcons. They can still win it.
You still have Ghosty playing for the middle map. Sib falls off the map, though. Oh, no. Ghosty trying to join over towards the connector from the front. Able to find the opener. 244 is where it stops as the contest comes through. Exton able to find 2. Trying to make a play by himself. He's in for the contest. He's got teammates spawning nearby, and you can no longer win here. So the call is made. The Falcons will give up the scrap time. And Paris are going to find the overwhelming kills to get him on the time.
This is right out of Pred. Are you going to read it? Estrio, Mr. Clutch wins that one-on-one. Now you have all of the map in your pocket. 20 seconds needed for Paris to complete this comeback, and Exit is trying to do a game-winning route.
Trying to get up over the top to see if you can find the player inside the hard point. That will kill the clock. 2:39 to 2:44. Advantage still to Riyadh. Kills coming through. Exit will find 2. Last one known over towards the mid. Caught, and Neptune will drop. Last couple of seconds. That's it for Paris. Needs to get through Exit, and they're not able to. To play the numbers on retake. That has been kind of a big focus of let's not overstretch, overextend, and make mistakes. So we'll see if that will come true as we, at least for round 1, look at the opening attack. KiSMET's going to get some great information off of that stun check. He's hunting, and I think Exton may have seen that. It's an escape back over towards barrels. Estriel, I believe, is also known in this position, and that will lead to, well, I'll say maybe a chance of isolation, but instead the Falcons will once again just take their numbers and reset.
Yeah, no need to rush anything. You're trying to gather some more information before you make the play call, but now you can isolate onto Estrio. Great show to do bottom pit to gather that info, and now it's Sib left in a 1v4. Finds the first 35 seconds, but bomb is getting planted.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tough retake. I like this route from KiSMET as well, just to play a more clutch up position if he's needed. Also shuts down a long route around the back. Doesn't need over to the backside stairs. No one in the playoff already. Meanwhile, I was saying KiSMET all the way behind the offense, and Sib will get the read, but this is a panic moment. And KiSMET's going to walk away with 2 with the Ghosty assassination and capture that comes out. So once more, Paris just not able to get things going in the first 30 seconds.
No one watching Rock Street. KiSMET hits that with no hesi, just takes their teammate from behind, has all the info, and then also finds an extra kill. So that with 45 seconds, we got to retract to clear out of our spawn. And Falcons aren't willing to give up anything for free, but Pred potentially is going to get isolated. Hopefully this smoke allows him to get out.
Yep. Like a ghost. Sib, a couple of pistol shots will tag. Bomb collected. Not able to get the quick scope off, and that will put things into the world of urgency needed. Yeesh. Pred gonna cut off the rotation back through barrels. Cellium, meanwhile, up top, just that. I'm gonna do something a little bit more simple in the playbook here. Just stack the backside of rocks through B, and then rotate across if you need the defense to move, and it looks like they will. No first bloods tallied. We're 4v4 with a minute 10 on the clock.
And Paris show face early on, just in case they were trying to get aggressive up through rocks, but you killed the noise, caused some doubt, and now you're going to retake this position. Sib, hopefully you're going to choose the right angle or the right time to chow, and thankfully you got some assistance 4v2 immediately.
Nice shots, though, from Cell. Exit able to connect onto Estro, but it doesn't come in time to save a life, and then he's just completely crossed up and play together. The approach is purely onto A. Defensive stun comes over the top and reveals that this play is likely underway. Nade to follow and Xnid right there to cover. Good first blood comes through. Pred just trying to watch for any crossers over towards truck. And honestly, for Paris, this is not an option anymore.
Yeah, and Xnid is still gathering the information. Knocked down to 5 HP. Pushing them back from this A site. The time is starting to get away from the GentleM8s, but not going to waste any more. Going to get this bomb down over towards B. And this is what Falcons did yesterday. Allow you to bomb plant, retake as a team.
Yeah, and it's just, look at this. I mean, for your Paris, it's just, you have no options. You don't know if the hit on the retake is going to come from the front. You don't know if it's coming around the back because you got pushed out of A. And now everyone's just happy. Paris taking maybe a bit of a cue out of Riyadh's playbook here. They're going to leave A wide open, instead focus their numbers through mid and over towards rocks.
Yeah, they just want to control bottom pit.
Oh, what a
the rotation
jump.
over towards both sides, but already selling him, teaching us things. But Sib with the shots finds the first blood. So now Pred quickly trying to make up for it, gets one and gets out while Xnid finds a site. Some numbers back in favor of Falcons, and it's still in favor of Falcons.
And that's just information gathering turned into a good effect. Stellium gets the read on 2 players at pit, and of course, where exactly he got killed from. Problem is, Ghosty, he almost able to stop the bomb, but now there's a mystery of where is Xnid. He's got a scope out. You got to be careful here if you're Ghosty. Xnid changing the angle. He's tagged up heavily, and Ghosty will find him just before the regen can come through. Huge 1v2 clutch for Ghosty, getting Paris back to within one. Someone else is going to have to make the play to get this back to level.
Oh, yeah, you know him seeing peeking that again. You missed your shot, and we got the first blood. No need to give you a chance. Another 4v3 advantage for Falcons. And Paris wasting a lot of time just trying to gather some kind of information, but Falcons aren't giving up anything. So with 45 seconds left, it's looking like they're going to have to commit over towards A.
It's a tough call, especially with KiSMET just throwing shoulders top P2 window. We've also got Pred making sure nobody pushes through that double staircase. And they're still trusting that Sib can find someone on rotation, but like you called here, Jay, but Riyadh is just so happy to sit where they are now.
And now the rotation over towards this B site. Falcons already have a read on it. There's going to be pressure from so many different angles. Here comes Pred on the hop up for the first kill. 3v2.
Opening shot lands for Xnid, leaving it to Ghosty right behind for the trade. That'll work out. Has the bomb to play off of. 30 seconds needs to kill off. Here comes KiSMET for the first, and yeah, Ghosty just can't. Defense could have spread the map just a touch. Play very safely around the middle of the map, just looking through the window as Neptune. And Astral's just making sure nobody pushes up the steps. So this is all contact defense right now for Paris, which I would honestly say puts a lot of pressure on the timing of these peaks, because you just don't want to give away too much of an angle to Xnid, and now you're going to play aggression through Sib and Neptune on the backside of the map.
Yeah, but no one's watching the pinch too, so this could potentially be the opening they were looking for, and I think Xnid gathers the info. Now Stellium trying to assist them, but they get the first blood and is effective on the trade. 2v2.
I don't know if that's enough, but Sib able to just pick up an NPC and make good use of it, but Stellium responds onto Ghosty, so we get a 1v1. 35 on the clock. Cell has to try to pick up the bomb, and in that moment, it's a top play from Xnid. Try to take away space. How has he manifested this? He's going to get one for free. Pistol out for the kill. That's the bomb carrier. Can Xnid get away, though, is the question. NPC in hand. Not going to get through Neptune, but the follow-up is still here for Riyadh. We'll go 3v3.
Dan KiSMET has all the info now. There's pressure over towards rocks. We can potentially isolate these gunfights on the left. Need to try to keep Stellium alive, and he jumps out the window at the perfect time. So now Ghosty left in a 1v3, already going to be spotted, and the Falcons are chasing him down.
Yeah, that's just that second layer for Paris continues to be a bit of a problem for some moment. They just can't fully reset that 3v3. So now Ghosty has to play up against not just 3 Falcons, but also the clock. And KiSMET, I believe, has seen everything he needs to. Down to 15. Here's the double stack over towards the back balcony. No problem. Okay, 5-3. Paris, kind of a do or die moment. Stuns landing, though, through that smoke. This is going to signal some aggression here from the GentleM8s. Stuck down low with the barrels as KiSMET. He will drop. Pred trying for the trade, but can't find the kill through the smoke. So first 2 kills good for Paris. It looks to be a quick defense. Very well may order us another round.
Yeah, no need to do anything extra if you want a GentleM8s. Job already done. Put yourself in a 4v2 advantage. Here comes Estriel.
Not giving them a chance. So can they find something here? Just over the top, able to find first blood, but Estral, I love this. Commit for the plan. Don't allow Riyadh to finesse you. Nades are still coming through. Estral tag, but he's able to keep his life 4v3.
Yeah, but Estral is going to get isolated. Pred already takes a lot of space up through the street. Now it's Neptune and Ghosty left to try to clutch on. All left up to Ghosty.
Not ideal. NPC just shotguns it away. Ghosty has to check, and right there waiting is Celium. Yeah, so far so good. Little battle back. KiSMET in some trouble. Tries a mount over towards green. Not going to work out. Pred holding at mid. I'm sure he feels a little antsy with an M15 in this position. Yeah, he will back away. Has Exnid there for support. And there may be enough of a window here for Exnid to slide out, find a kill, and grab, but not the case. Sib, Ghosty respond, and Pairs have the numbers to start pushing back up.
Yeah, Falcons just going to stabilize, slow the game down, and try to stop this first push from coming in, because Paris have already relocated the EMP over towards play, and they find 3 kills in sync. Last line of defense is going to be KiSMET. Does anyone get back to the box in time? No, you don't. So Paris get their first score.
I mean, Celium was close. Astro scores that just before touching down. But the kill comes. Should present an opportunity to score a second time, but nade damage is coming through. Ghosty is held for a moment. And hold on a second. Pred, KiSMET, Exnid, all moving forward. Ghosty can't get away. It will look to be a guaranteed second score behind Neptune's play. All of a sudden has Riyadh still hanging around in a 1-point game.
Yeah, now if you KiSMET, you're just trying to run away with your damn life. Somebody spawn up, someone protect me, because Paris are surrounding all of this area. Fantastic frag to get the trade onto Estral, but there's still so much pressure around you. Falcons realistically are managing this very well, because this is a bad side for Scar. You're only down 1 and it's still 2 minutes left.
And you're starting to get some exit potential here from your spawn with room to work on. Pinch opportunity for Neptune shut down. Play over towards P2 works out for Pred. So once more, Riyadh can hold this time for the defense to come back into play. Estral for 2. Not done yet. He's just got one more in front of him, but Pred finds the kill. And this offense is still potentially cooking with Exit coming out of top green. There's a chance to just run this thing forward. Neptune is focused on the wrong part of Convoy, and that's enough for a counter score to come through. We're tied at 1.
And now the reset over towards Motel, and Falcons are still pushing you back in towards your spawn on the backside of green if you want a GentleM8s, but thankfully you got him a cloud. Wins a 1-on-1. Now already presses over towards Motel's side. 20 seconds left. Paris might have an opportunity to get 1 score in.
Big win there. Problem is, you lose your player behind the play. So all of a sudden, Neptune, your forward blocker, has to consider going back for the EMP, but he's already committed. He's on 5 in a row, 20 and 10, but can any of his teammates even get to the EMP in time? In fact, KiSMET's gonna be the first one there. He backs up, but it's Neptune to finish things off for the first half on a huge streak.
Yeah, Neptune ends that round on 6 in a row. So he could potentially pick up a house on very
yeah, that's why. Pred's, I believe, the one calling it in. Yeah, sure is. And he's going to find one of each team. Doesn't really do too much in terms of attacking potential. So 30 seconds off the clock and we'll reset with Exit threatening a flank.
And that's already 2 deck going in favor of the Falcons. And if you are Exit, perfect timing again to get behind Ghosty. Only 2 HP. That's going to be a quick cleanup kill. And now you got KiSMET in the spawn. You got Exit in the spawn. And here comes Pred getting that score in. Falcons are
He's on 2 in a row.
Oh my God.
Still down over towards plane side, so the Falcons off spawn will be responsible for that, while Exnid is able to combine, and the SMGs are ripping things apart. Pred now, the forward blocker. Defense for Paris, largely doing it from behind the fence line, but Pred's able to find one. It just leads it to the 1v1. Celium, yes, he can get through. It's a second score quickly in this second half, and Riyadh's up 2.
Yeah, it's just too much pressure, man. If you are the
success to get some map control back, but are they? Holy cow. I mean, it's just as soon as you start to think that Paris has something going for him, Riyadh picks it up, cleans it up, and now we're down to 40 seconds.
Yup, and you can already see if you are the Falcons to start to work on some of these routes. Let's guarantee our kills. Ghosty's able to find 2. Sib finds a 3rd, so you can potentially run this EMP, but we're still trying to locate where the last guy is. It's going to be Pred. All he needs is 1 kill to slow down the play. In final 25 seconds, Paris gotta go.
Gotta find a way to score. Sib trying to show a bit of a fake out, maybe not, as he was leaning A, but now he's got help spawning close. There's the kill to come through. Does not quite get the EMP through. Can you get it there if you're Ghosty? No, it's KiSMET to save the defensive play and put this map out of question. It's been 2 times these 2 teams have met in the last month, and it's going to be a 6-0 total map count in favor of the Riyadh Falcons. I'm telling you, they're way better than their finish at Major 3 might suggest.
It would just be, though, in the Saudi leagues. Exton, you are here in the CDL. You are taking over in Search and Destroy with the sniper, and you're popping off in all the respawns. How does it feel to be at the best the Falcons have been all season?
Like I feel good, like I feel great, we will work hard every day, and like we show everyone like who we are, and
yeah. Exton, you know, in the player cams and after games, you've been talking a little smack. You've been putting the league on notice and the rest of the pros. Do you have a chip on your shoulder just based on how people have talked about you throughout the course of your career?
Like in the start of the season, they talk like about me, like he's nervous, he's everything. Like Falcon, get me like the roster what I want. Like they get me MC, Bulldog, AG. Like now I can show them like who I am. You know, like
yeah.
This is the game, like 4v4, not like 1v4. You know, like we play together, like and everyone now like do his job, and like yeah, now everyone like show who I am, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you're playing with the team and you're putting down numbers, man. Congrats.
For sure, and off the back of that, you've become the main sniper for this team, which is just adds on to the accolades and kind of your story. Talk to me about what it feels like when you do hit those snipes in those big matches and those big moments now. Like, is it just a huge confidence boost? What has that been like for you taking on that role?
Like I said, like to my team, like when Major II start like qualifier, like I want to snipe,
yeah.
And they say like no, like we didn't see you like snipe, and I told them like trust me, like I was like play sniper before. Then like my coach Meteb, like Cindy, like he told Clayster, and Clayster agree with them, and they give me the role like sniper, and they use my sniper, like and they feel
yeah.
like when my teammate trusts me when I use the sniper, like I will do everything to them, you know.
Yeah, I imagine that feeling is like nothing else in the world when you hit some of those shots.
Exton, can I ask you one final question? What is your favorite game type? Do you like Hardpoint, Overload, or Search and Destroy right now?
I will say now Overload. I think Overload.
Awesome. Well,
yeah,
you're looking good in it. Congrats on a clean 3-0 tonight.
Thank you.
That is Exton, and that is the Falcons with our first win of the day. Where does that put the Falcons in our overall season standings? Well, they opened up the week on the border. They were tied 7th, 8th there with the Heretics. Now they will jump over G2 to